So Imam Ahmad rahimahullah ta'ala advised, so such the people of Bid'ah will try and bring obscurity in order to catch you, to entrap you into saying something which is in opposing to the haqq. With regards to the Quran being speech of Allah, is the belief the letter we utter when we read the Quran is uncreated. Also we hear. Okay, I understand roughly the question. And that is that, I think somebody asked about the Mushaf yesterday. It's similar to that. The principle is the lafz is the lafz al-bari and the sawt is the sawt al-qari. That which is being recited is the kalam of Allah. But the sound, the voice and the spit that comes is from who? The qari. Just like the Mushaf. The Mushaf, people say Quran, but it's actually a Mushaf. And that is, if somebody comes to you and says to you, is the Mushaf created? What is our answer? What did we say is the difference between us and the Khawarij? We are people of what? Tafsir. So Imam Ahmad rahimahullah ta'ala advised, so such the people of Bid'ah will try and bring obscurities in order to catch you, to entrap you into saying something which is in opposition to the haqq. لا تقولوا راعنا وقولوا انظرنا واسمعوا. And that's the verse regarding this. Don't say ra'ina, because it has, in the ra'ina is a word in the times of the Yahud in the language which has a good and a bad meaning. قولوا انظرنا واسمعوا. Say that which is clear. So based upon that principle, the person who comes to you and says to you, is the Mushaf created? We say, what do you mean? We ask for tafsil, we ask for details. We are a people of precision. What do you mean? If you mean, قُلْ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ الْعَالَمِينَ الرَّحْمَنِ الرَّحِيمِ, no, it's not created. But if you mean the paper, the cover, then that's created. And that the Jahmi will fall in his face in humiliation. And you find this principle from the people of Bid'ah. They'll bring general wordings to try and entrap you, so that you may agree with their aqeedah. So the Talib al-Ilm, the Salafi, has to be fatan, has to be someone who's aware and knows the ramifications of the answers. Like somebody who says to you, for example, do you have perfect iman? What's your answer? Somebody says to you, do you have perfect iman? Who can tell me, what's the answer? The Murji'ah come to you. And they say to you, you have perfect iman. Do you have perfect iman? What's your answer? No. That's a good answer. You're giving him da'wah upon the masail of iman. But the answer is, if you mean, do I believe in Allah, in the messengers, and the pillars, yes. But if you mean that my iman is of the state where I'm in Jannah and I've reached that manzila, I say I'm bayna khawfi wa raja. We're people of tafsil. So in all of the abwab in aqidah, that's why we're studying this, to be precise. And we repeat it, and we repeat it. We study the books again and again and again. Like I mentioned, Shaykhana Ubaid, rahimahullah ta'ala, he studied Usul al-Sunnah in my time. I can remember 9 times. And that's not even half of his time in Dawah. Alhamdulillah, excellent, thank you. I get the hint. So, we study Usul al-Thalatha regularly, again and again and again. We study Qaid Arba again and again and again. You're in a masjid, you're in a markas, and they're studying Qaid Arba, and you're Hafid Quran, Hafidta Arba'een, you memorize Arba'een, you memorize Umrat al-Ahkam. Khalik mutawadi'a. Be humble and study. Because you find the ulama, like for example, Sheikh al-Allama Muhammad ibn Salih, Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala, he had a photographic memory. Which means that he'll see something, memorize it. And Sheikh bin Baz mentions this. He studied Usul al-Thalatha 7 times. Because this is what talaqi is. Like the Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam repeated and came revised with the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. This is the manhaj of seeking ilm. But today we feel, okay, I don't want to study Usul al-Thalatha, I'm bigger than that. I don't want to study Qawaid al-Arba, I'm bigger than that. We have to make tajdeed of our iman. We have to constantly be studying. If you're in a masjid and they've studied Kitab al-Tawheed, the ulama have mentioned if once you finish studying Kitab al-Tawheed, study Kitab al-Tawheed again. Again and again. Why? Because of all these shubahat, number one, the people of bid'ah are everywhere, in every country, and their books, now we have social media, we have internet, of course we have internet, we've had it for years. But we have social media, we have all these wasa'il, all these means in which they can try and spread their evil. So we need to equip ourselves with ilm and constantly studying Tawheed. So never feel that you're above studying these books of Aqeedah. We should humble ourselves. Perhaps we'll get a portion of that which those who preceded us got as it relates to ilm, because that's how they became who they were, because of tawadu'. Man tawada'a lillah, rafa'ahu Allah. Whoever is humble with Allah, Allah will raise them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us be from those who are patient upon seeking ilm and sincere in that. And هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.